recording. Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am Jacqueline Kuhn with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels. And this is the second in the Angels and Astrology series. Each month, I will be coming to you with information about the astrology and the archangels mid-month as we switch from one archangel energy to the next. For those of you who don't know me, I am a reader and channeler of angel energy. I do card readings, guardian angel readings, and a variety of other services that can be found on my website. For everyone who attends these sessions live, at the end of the session, after I stop the recording, I do an oracle card reading. So if you are watching this video and want to get a free oracle card reading next month, try to join us in person, and you will get that reading. Also, for those who join live at the end of the session, I'm going to give you a coupon code for $5 off any service. And again, you have to be here live to get both of those gifts for joining me. This way I don't have to record to myself. California, that's where you are, Kathleen. That's awesome. So what I wanted to do, we have a lot of new folks. I have done some summits and I have been talking with folks about archangels and angels, and I kind of want to ground everybody first in just a little bit of info before we dive in to any of the details. So to give you a primer, there are 15 archangels. 3 of them oversee all of the archangels and the guardian angels. They are Michael, Raphael, and Haniel. Michael being divine masculine, Haniel being divine feminine, and Raphael being divine healing. The remaining archangels are associated with zodiac signs. So there's an archangel for every zodiac sign. And therefore, when you understand your chart, you understand which archangels are there to work with you because they kind of align with when you were born. And the gifts they possess are very much aligned with the energy of that zodiac sign. So if you know who they are, how to work with them, it'll really help you. And one of the biggest helps is when you know what your own astrological chart looks like and the archangels associated with your zodiac sign. And then you get into a time of year where the energy of that zodiac sign is not necessarily aligned with you. So, great example, we are just coming out of Aquarius energy. I am a Virgo Taurus. I really struggled in Aquarius energy. So I would look to Archangel Uriel, who is tied to Aquarius, to help me through that energy. I have, I think, one tiny planet in Aquarius, but nothing else. So it is really a struggle for me to be in Aquarian energy. And therefore I relied on Archangel Uriel, who is the archangel for Aquarius, to really help me work through the energy. I have to tell you, the first couple of weeks of February, particularly, and those last few weeks in January, really hard on me. Just couldn't put it all together without a little extra help. And so if you're feeling a little out of sorts and you know what your chart is, know who your archangels are, and know, more importantly, what you don't have, and we're in the energy of that sign, you too can learn how to work with the archangels to kind of help you out when you're feeling out of sorts. The other thing is the angel number. So angel numbers, people think of angel number as like 222, 111. And yeah, they are examples of angel numbers, but every number from 0 through 9 resonates with the energy of the angels. But unlike numerology, we don't add angel numbers up to get a single number. We take a look at the properties of each individual number and how they stand and complement and associate with the other numbers to come up with the energy that that number is, or the message that that number is trying to give you. So for example, today is 219, February 19th. So the angel number today is made up of 2, which is trust, 1, which is create, and 9, which is endings. And 219, when you see that angel number, is really about what have you created that is no longer serving you, right? What do you no longer trust in that you may have created? And very often we see 219 as a sign for people who are thinking about changing their job or career, because it's about, no longer being able to create, to make it work. So when I talk about angel numbers, and I've got a couple angel numbers we'll be talking about today, know that unlike numerology, we don't add them. Each number stands on its own. So when you have a number 111 or 222, it is the energy of that number tripled, right? Times 3, as opposed to 222 being a 6 in numerology. That would be a completely different energy for us. So just to kind of ground you on angel numbers, because I know some people get confused about that. All right. So we are in angel number 2. We're in February, second month of the year, and trust. 2 is all about trust, trusting in a divine message, trusting in the angels and their guidance. It's also about trusting that they are here to help you. Angels were created in order to help us on our time on Earth. Our souls, our spirits are in these human bodies, and Earth time is the hardest time to do for a soul or spirit. There are so many distractions, so many ways we can get off a spiritual path, and angels are there to help us keep on that path and keep steady on that path. So angel number 2, February, is all about trust. It's also about reminding you to be grateful for everything that you have, and trust that you have exactly what you need, that you are getting exactly what you need when you need it. The other part of trust is gratitude. We've talked before about how to manifest anything, you have to be grateful for what you have. If you are not grateful for what you have, the universe is not going to give you more. You have to be grateful for what you have in order to get more. And so the first half of February, angel number 2, was under the energy of Uriel and Aquarius. So that's really about trusting the known written word, scientific problems, more kind of material, factual, and thinking about the possibility of what could be. So under Aquarian energy, there's a lot of thinking. It's a lot about trusting in your thoughts and reading and thinking about what could be, not necessarily making what could be happen, but a lot of thinking energy. So those of us who are Virgo, Taurus, Gemini to some extent, we are doers. And Capricorn, we are doers. Thinking energy in Aquarius is really hard for us because we want to do, and Aquarius wants to slow us down and have us think of what could be. And that was really what the first half of this month is. So we had to trust in the message about slowing down and thinking about the possibility of what could be. Now, the second half of the month, beginning today, is actually under the energy of Archangel Sandalphon and Pisces. Now, I could probably talk about Archangel Sandalphon for an entire hour. because he is an amazing archangel to research. First of all, he's one of two archangels that were once human, the other one being Metatron. But Archangel Sandalphon was the prophet Elijah. When Elijah was on earth, Elijah had the wisdom and knowledge and knew God and the word, and was one of the greatest prophets, and is a prophet that is literally recognized by every religion currently on the planet that believes in God. If the religion believes in God, Allah, the prophet Elijah has a part of that religion and knowing the truth and wisdom. And when Elijah passed, God made him an archangel and a keeper of the word. Then along came Enoch, who, when he died, God gave him the role of being keeper of the word, and Sandalphon actually had the new role of accepting prayers and helping us pray on this earth, getting our prayers heard, understanding our prayers. And like I say, it's like an express train for prayers, right? He is all about connecting us here on earth with the divine and making sure that, because when we talk about things, and earthly things are very different than divine things. And as we pray, as we ask for help, Archangel Sandalphon is there to kind of be a translator. Think of him as like a translator of the divine. And he really aligns with that Piscean energy, because Piscean energy is more about going inward and being spiritual, right? Not thinking about how to change things and what could possibly be, which is that Aquarian energy, but it's really about an inward spiritual journey. Pisceans are very, very spiritual. They naturally are drawn to prayer. They're naturally drawn to meditation. Some of them are even naturally drawn to vocations in the religious teaching kind of world. And so Archangel Sandalphon is now here until mid-March under the Piscean energy to really help us as we try to communicate with the divine, to help us understand how to do that, how to talk, how to pray. And when asking Archangel Sandalphon for help, it's really all about thanking him that my prayers are delivered directly to the source, to God, universal source, right? And helping, thank you for understanding what I am asking for, even when I don't quite know how to articulate it. So if you're asking for something, if you're really looking for help and you're struggling with how to phrase it, you can, ask Archangel Sandalphon for help. That is what he is there for. If anyone wants to unmute or chat with a question at this time, I'll take a little pause. If not, I'm going to go to our first angel number that we're going to talk about. Any questions, comments on what we've covered? All right. If at this point forward you really have anything, please feel free to unmute or drop me something in chat. I want to make sure that you do understand the material. So we are about to embark on 222 day, February 22nd. This Thursday is 222 day. It is the day of the year for gratitude. It is the day where the energy of trusting in angels and gratitude and being grateful is going to be prevalent and allow you to manifest out of that gratitude what you need. On Thursday, February 22nd, 222, take a moment and reflect. Reflect on all that you have, personally, spiritually, love, relationships, career, abundance. Reflect on all that you have. Think of what you have, not what you don't have, and be grateful for it. Now, it's not an easy thing to do because we tend as humans to think about what we want that we don't have. But on that day, think about what it is you have that you are grateful for. Because the ultimate meaning, if you see 222 very often, and I know someone on this call has seen that number a lot in their life. It literally is a sign that everything and everyone at that moment is right where they're supposed to be. So you need to have gratitude on that day for whatever your situation is, because that's exactly where it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be, and have the faith that that is exactly what the universe, God, source has meant for you. So if something goes wonky on 222, if something isn't the way you want it to be, take a step back and remember, it's not what you want. The divine is taking this day to send you messages. This is a very, very powerful day. Very powerful day on Thursday. Questions, comments? I'm going to do a little sidebar here. And for those of you who may have grown up in the 70s like me, there was a TV show, Room 222. It was one of the first of its kind that was literally a truly integrated show, integrated classroom. It was really quite revolutionary for its time. And it, in its own way, sent a cultural message that everyone is who they are supposed to be, and everyone has a purpose, and everyone is a blessing. And so if you're inclined, go out to YouTube, look at a couple of episodes of Room 222. I don't know for a fact that that's why they named it that, but the whole theme of that show was kind of around everyone is okay, everything is exactly as it needs to be at this moment. I didn't know it back then, I was too young, but now looking back, it actually came to me as a download when I was preparing for this, that show sort of is a message about this number 222. All right.
Jacqueline, I remember watching that show too, but it was, again, I was too young. But I always remember being like, oh, I can catch this episode, and just really liking it. But I can't tell you anything about what it was about.
It was about a school. It was actually about a school and the relationships in the school, and the school was highly integrated, and everybody had value and a purpose. And it was just a message of basically, there were struggles and challenges, but they all got through it together. It was amazing, amazing message, an amazing, amazing message. And they tackled some topics that nobody were talking about back then too. So yeah, I know series 1 is on YouTube. I don't know about the others, but yeah, really interesting that whoever created it called it 222.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Can you hear
sure.
me?
Yeah.
So my son's half birthday is 222. Do you feel like he is more blessed because he's with that number, or it really has no correlation?
So I wouldn't say that he's any more blessed than anyone, but having that as your birthday really means that you have a purpose in this world, and that you were born to a purpose and for a reason. And that you were born exactly when you were supposed to be, and not a minute or a second before. So for your son, it's really helping him understand what is his purpose on this earth, because folks who were born on 222 have a very divine purpose. You know, I would say are people who can lead others to light, because they are exactly where they needed to be when the world needed them to be there.
Wonderful. Thanks.
You're very welcome. All right. So when I was doing some channeled messages, Archangel Haniel actually came up in the spread. And then I started thinking about, we're in Pisces season, and Archangel Haniel comes up. She's divine feminine energy. Pisces is a very masculine energy. And then on the Archangel cards, this moon cycle, Archangel Haniel came up, and it's like, oh my gosh, this was actually a sign that they were giving me, that I need to tell you about the cycles of the moon as the astrology for the remainder of the month, because there's some really, the moon cycles impact us. They affect our energy, they affect our mood, they affect, frankly, our weight, right? Water, because the moon governs water. And man is mostly made up of water. So when you look at the astrology for the remainder of the month by the moon cycles, it'll really help you understand why you may be feeling what you are. So through tomorrow, the moon is in Cancer. And when the moon is in Cancer, it really is asking you to get inspiration by looking at something differently or doing something differently to get inspiration. So today, tomorrow, if you're stuck, if you have a problem you're trying to solve, or if you're just trying to, or you're in a creative job or wanting to be more creative, try to do something completely different or opposite, or try a different approach in order to get that problem solved. The moon then moves into Leo on the 21st. So this is really interesting because with the moon in Leo, and we're in Pisces, and there's some other minor aspects going on, people and ourselves, we're going to tend to get frustrated. Things aren't moving as fast as we may like, as we in the human world may like. And people are going to be frustrated under this cycle. The moon moves from sign to sign every 2 to 3 days. So it doesn't stay anywhere long, it keeps moving, right? And in Leo, it's about being active and playful, and doing something active to avoid getting frustrated. So if you're frustrated with someone, if you're at work, having to solve a problem, or someone's getting on your nerves, get up, take a walk, move away, kind of be physically active. I always say, throw on some music and dance to get your frustrations out. It's a great way to just kind of melt away the frustrations of the day. So with the moon entering Leo on Wednesday, you may see people and yourselves being lacking some patience. And with the Leo energy, it's all about doing something fun to relieve the stress that you may be feeling. And at any time, if you can get outdoors, it's great, because it'll help you remain grounded. Being grounded, again, is the best way to take in all the energy and that is there for you. Our full moon this month on the 24th is in Virgo. And as I said, Virgo is a sign of getting things done. But since the moon is only in one sign for a couple of days, this is productivity in small chunks, right? Little things, get little things done that are like the low-hanging fruit that you may have been putting off, right? So the 24th through the 26th, right, is really when the Virgo influence is going to be under the moon. So it's really a good time to get those little things done that maybe you've been putting off, or little projects, low-hanging fruit, things that are halfway done that you just need to complete. this is the time to do it when the moon is in Virgo. On the 26th, it enters Libra, and there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Mercury is entering Pisces, I believe, and there's a trine of some sort, but there's a lot of stuff going on here. And you really want to try to get some balance in your life with, try to keep peace and harmony. There will be an emotional, there's going to be an emotional time, the 26th through the 28th. So really try to keep peace and harmony. I'm not saying acquiesce to others. I'm not saying give up your power, but try to establish peace and harmony, because there's going to be a pretty emotionally rough time when the moon enters Libra. And people around you are going to be a little testy for a couple of days. And then on the 28th, when the moon enters Scorpio, this is the time, if you've got any research to do, if you're looking to do a project, need a task that requires extreme discipline, the moon under Scorpio will give that to you. So the 28th, 29th, really good time to get those things done that require your focus, attention, and discipline. So Archangel Haniel as divine feminine is basically saying, hey, watch out for the moon. It impacts us more than I think people realize. And this moon cycle coming through the end of February is going to be a little challenging. Emotions are going to run high. And so do whatever you can to keep yours in check, to keep yourself productive, and to keep yourself at peace, so you don't get caught up in the emotions of others. Questions, comments, let me know, unmute, throw something in chat, totally okay. So
Plus
hi, Lisa.
sorry. Plus we're coming up into the eclipse season.
We are, yes. March begins an eclipse season, yes. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be talking about that. The good news, though, is the first eclipse isn't going to be as impactful as the next one, because the eclipse after the one in March, Mercury goes retrograde in April, and then all crap is gonna hit the fan. We'll have an eclipse and a Mercury retrograde at the same time, because Mercury will be retrograde for almost the entire month of April. Yeah, lots to look forward to. Yeah, so when I did the channeled message for the remainder of February, Archangel Haniel came up with the High Priestess card, and we continue with Pluto in Aquarius. If you watched in January with Pluto in Aquarius, we are continuing to see more and more layers of truth be uncovered, things that people thought were true that aren't. It just more and more. You may even be experiencing in your own lives things come out that people were keeping secret. So really, she's here to remind you to trust that intuition. We all have divinely given intuition where we know what's right, we know what's wrong. We all have a conscience, and we can look inward, especially during Pisces season. We can look inward to really understand what the truth is and how to deal with it if we believed otherwise. So if you're learning about truths that you thought were, are new truths now that you didn't think was true before, and you're struggling with it, it's really kind of going inward and asking Archangel Haniel to help you through it. and just know that you're going to be okay. Know that your beliefs, know that how you think and feel, everything is as it should be. But you know what is right. You know what is right for you. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And then Archangel Metatron in the Dreamer card really just kind of smacked me in the forehead. Honestly, we're only in the 8th week of the year. The year has just started. There's 52 weeks in a year, and we're only on week 8. And he's really here to remind us that our 2024 journey has just begun. We're like the dreamer, right? The major arcana goes from 0 up, 0 meaning you're the beginning of your life's journey. So we're at the beginning of the journey of 2024, and we're at the beginning of the age of Aquarius as well. So dive into it fully, embrace what's going to happen. Be open to the unexpected, be open to listening to things and people that maybe you never did before. This is going to be a huge year, and we have just started. And the 10 of Fire kind of goes along with the Dreamer card. And it's, again, we're in the 8th week of the year. We've got another 40, whatever, I don't know math, I don't do math, 40x weeks to go. Don't take too much on at once. A lot has happened this year already, right? I mean, we sometimes feel like, oh my God, a lot has happened, but pace yourself, right? Just trust that where you are right now is where you should be. Don't necessarily try to rush anything. If you feel like there may be a roadblock to you accomplishing something, then take a step back. The universe is not ready for you to do that yet, or maybe you truly aren't ready yet. So remember that we are just at the beginning of this journey in 2024. And I've talked to a couple of clients who are like, oh, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. And I have to keep reminding them that, hey, we're only in February. It may feel like it's been longer, but we're only in February. So keep that message as you move forward. So you don't get anxious about the pace of success. And then our journal prompts for this season is really all about reflection and prayer. And praying is how we connect spiritually with the divine. Prayer can be quiet, it could be out loud. You could use beads, right? You could use meditation. You could pray in song, pray in poetry. However you are comfortable praying, this is now the time to just kind of be mindful of your prayer, of your praying life. So here's some prompts to kind of take advantage of the season is, are you praying daily? Am I praying daily? If not, what can you do to be more consistent? What is holding you back from not praying every day? If yes, if you are praying every day, fabulous. Now, do you recognize when you get answers? How can you be more aware? Very often, our prayer life tends to stop when we feel we're not being heard, but we are always getting answers, just maybe not exactly the ones we wanted or the way we wanted it answered, right? So do you recognize when you're getting answers? And maybe journal about, well, how can I be more aware of the answers I'm getting? And how can you maybe adjust if the answer isn't exactly what you were looking for, or you didn't get it how you anticipated getting it? So under Archangel Sandalphon, take this time to work on your prayer life. And, it doesn't have to be a lot, a couple minutes, morning, night. Really, it doesn't, it's not like you need hours and hours and hours. Some people feel they do, but this is really when a little goes a long way. Okay, now I have a bonus. So we have a bonus day, right? It's a leap year. We have the 29th day of February, angel number 229. Yeah, it is a bonus day. So honestly, this is really don't give up day. It is an extra day for us to remember not to give up, give ourselves a break, do something that you enjoy. Trust that things that have ended are ending because they no longer serve you. And it's really time to give ourselves a break from the change that has happened. Go out, do something you enjoy, maybe take a walk in nature to get yourself grounded, but really use 229 day to just say, you know, thank you for giving me a bonus day, and I'm going to go out and be grateful for all that has happened and do something for myself today. So don't forget to have a bonus day on the 29th. It's a gift of an extra day. 229, trust in the change that we're all feeling, that we're all going through. An extra day to just kind of reflect, be ourselves, and you know, take a chill pill, to quote, I think there's some song or some movie or whatever. All right. So, as we wind up February and go into March, those of you who are watching the video, please like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you aren't already on the Facebook group, please feel free to join it and like our page. If you haven't already booked your Archangel and Astrology reading, please consider doing that. Literally, this reading maps your astrological chart and your archangels and tells you how they interact and how your archangels can work with you. If you haven't already had your guardian angel reading, please feel free to book that. Everyone is given 3 guardian angels at birth, and they are here to help us physically, intellectually, and emotionally while we're on this earth. Learning who they are and how they work will help you as we navigate the earth plane. And then it's not too late for your 2024 forecast reading. I tend to stop doing them in March, but it's really not too late to get in and kind of think about how the rest of the year is going to unfold. So before we go into our Oracle Angel poll, is there any other questions anyone has before I shut off the recording and we do angel card pulls for everyone? Questions, comments? For those of you watching the recording, thank you very much for being with us. I hope next time you can join us live. And with that, I'm going to stop the recording and I wish you peace. Those of you who are here live, please stay on.